Remember the good old days? Back when you could buy a house with a bag of potatoes? Okay, maybe not. But seriously, the way we use money is changing faster than a chameleon in a disco. Enter Bitcoin, the digital currency that's shaking things up. Bitcoin popped onto the scene back in 2009. It was like that kid in school who aced every test without even trying. People were skeptical at first. Digital money? That's crazy talk, they said. But guess what? Bitcoin didn't care. It kept on chugging along, gaining value and attracting attention. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the action. Today, Bitcoin is a global phenomenon. It's used by individuals, businesses, and even some governments. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Okay, let's break it down. Imagine a digital piggy bank. But instead of storing dollar bills, it stores something called Bitcoin. Think of Bitcoin as digital gold. It's scarce, valuable, and people want it. Here's the cool part. Bitcoin isn't controlled by any bank or government. It's completely decentralized. That means no more pesky fees or middlemen. It's just you and your Bitcoin doing your thing. You can use Bitcoin to buy stuff online, send money to friends, or even invest in the future. It's like digital cash, but with superpowers. And the best part? Getting started with Bitcoin is easier than you think. Now, you might be thinking, why should I care about Bitcoin? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because here are just a few reasons why Bitcoin is kind of a big deal. First off, Bitcoin is global. You can send it to anyone in the world without jumping through hoops. No more waiting for international transfers or dealing with ridiculous fees. Bitcoin is fast, efficient, and borderless. Second, Bitcoin is secure. Remember that whole decentralized thing? Yeah, that makes it incredibly difficult for hackers to mess with. Your Bitcoin is safe and sound, tucked away in your digital wallet. Finally, Bitcoin is transparent. Every single transaction is recorded on the blockchain, which is like a public ledger. That means no more shady business or hidden fees. Everything is out in the open. Okay, let's talk about the blockchain. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Imagine a giant digital spreadsheet that keeps track of every single Bitcoin transaction. That's the blockchain in a nutshell. Here's how it works. When you send Bitcoin to someone, the transaction is broadcast to the entire network. Miners, who are like digital accountants, verify the transaction and add it to a block. Once the block is full, it's added to the blockchain, which is like a chain of blocks, hence the name. This creates a permanent, unchangeable record of every single Bitcoin transaction ever made. The blockchain is what makes Bitcoin so secure and transparent. It's like having a million eyes watching over your money 24/7. Pretty neat, huh? Section 5. Bitcoin and the economy, a budding relationship. Remember when the internet first came out? People were like, what is this thing? And why do I need a website? Fast forward to today, and the internet is an integral part of our lives. Bitcoin is kind of like that. It's still early days, but Bitcoin is already having a major impact on the economy. Businesses are starting to accept Bitcoin as payment, and investors are pouring money into the market. Some people even believe that Bitcoin could eventually replace traditional currencies. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. One thing's for sure, Bitcoin is here to stay. And as more people adopt it, its impact on the economy is only going to grow. Section 6. Bitcoin. Around the globe. Adoption and acceptance. In this section, we explore how Bitcoin is making waves across different continents and cultures. Bitcoin isn't just some niche thing anymore. It's gone global. People from all walks of life are embracing this digital currency. People all over the world are using it. From tech-savvy millennials to seasoned investors, Bitcoin is becoming a part of everyday life. From buying coffee in Japan to sending money to family in Nigeria, Bitcoin is making transactions easier and faster. Bitcoin is breaking down financial barriers. It's providing financial services to those who were previously unbanked or underbanked. Governments are starting to take notice too. They're discussing regulations and policies to integrate Bitcoin into the financial system. Some countries, like El Salvador, have even adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. This means Bitcoin is recognized as an official currency. That means you can use it to pay your taxes. Imagine the convenience of handling your tax payments digitally. Although, maybe wait until after April 15th just to be safe. Tax season can be tricky, so it's best to be cautious. Of course, not everyone is on board with Bitcoin just yet. There are mixed feelings about its reliability and future. Some folks are still skeptical, while others are worried about its potential impact on the financial system. But hey, that's okay. Change can be scary. It's natural to have concerns about something new and disruptive. Just remember, the internet faced similar pushback in its early days. People were unsure about its potential and how it would fit into their lives. And look how that turned out. The internet revolutionized the world, and Bitcoin might just do the same for finance. Section 7. Future Gazing: Bitcoin's Potential Unwrapped. So, what does the future hold for Bitcoin? Well, if I had a crystal ball, I'd be writing this from my private island in the Bahamas. But alas, I'm just a humble comedian with a keyboard. That being said, the future of Bitcoin looks bright. As technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative uses for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Imagine a world where you can use Bitcoin to vote in elections, track your supply chain, or even create a decentralized internet. These might sound like pie-in-the-sky ideas, but with Bitcoin, anything is possible. The key takeaway here is that Bitcoin is more than just a digital currency. It's a revolutionary technology with the potential to change the world as we know it. Section 8. Bitcoin Myths Debunked: Separating Fact from Fiction. There's a lot of misinformation floating around about Bitcoin. Let's clear the air, shall we? Bitcoin, the first and most well-known cryptocurrency, has been the subject of many myths and misconceptions. Myth number 1. Bitcoin is only used by criminals. Wrong. This is a common misconception that has been perpetuated by sensationalist media. Sure, Bitcoin can be used for illegal activities, just like any other currency. But the vast majority of Bitcoin transactions are perfectly legal. In fact, many reputable businesses now accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. Myth number 2. Bitcoin is bad for the environment. This myth stems from the high energy consumption associated with Bitcoin mining. This one is a bit more complicated. Bitcoin mining does require a lot of energy. However, many miners are switching to renewable energy sources, which is a step in the right direction. Efforts are being made to make Bitcoin mining more sustainable. Myth number 3. Bitcoin is too volatile to be taken seriously. It's true that Bitcoin's price can fluctuate dramatically. But that volatility also presents opportunities for savvy investors. Many have profited from Bitcoin's price swings by buying low and selling high. Just remember, never invest more than you can afford to lose. Investing in Bitcoin, like any investment, carries risks. Always do your research and make informed decisions. Section 9. Getting started with Bitcoin: Your first steps. Ready to jump on the Bitcoin bandwagon? Great! Getting started is easier than you think. Bitcoin is a revolutionary digital currency that has taken the world by storm, and now you can be a part of this exciting financial frontier. First things first, you'll need to create a digital wallet. This is where you'll store your precious Bitcoin. Think of it like a digital bank account, but with more control and security. Your digital wallet will be your gateway to the world of cryptocurrency. There are tons of different wallets to choose from, so do your research and find one that suits your needs. Some wallets are designed for beginners, while others offer advanced features for more experienced users. Once you've got your wallet set up, you can buy Bitcoin from a reputable exchange. An exchange is basically a marketplace where you can buy and sell Bitcoin. It's kind of like a stock exchange, but for cryptocurrency. Just make sure you choose an exchange that's secure and trustworthy. Look for exchanges with good reviews, strong security measures, and a user-friendly interface. And that's it. You're now the proud owner of Bitcoin. Welcome to the future of finance. With your Bitcoin, you can make transactions, invest, or simply hold on to it as a digital asset. The possibilities are endless, and you're now part of a global community that's shaping the future of money. Section 10. Conclusion: Embracing the Bitcoin Revolution. Bitcoin is more than just a digital currency. It's a global movement that's challenging the status quo and empowering individuals. It's about freedom, security, and transparency. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a curious newbie, there's never been a better time to learn about Bitcoin. So, do your research, ask questions, and most importantly, don't be afraid to dive in. The future of finance is here, and it's decentralized. Are you ready to join the revolution? The Edrio.